The Farmington Knightettes against the Fox High School Warriors and the Lady Warriors. And Dennis, Marcus Archer here along with Dennis Pogue. First time in school history, the Knightettes won district. They defeated a tough Sectional team. And now, after Fox upset Oakville, and many people expected Oakville to win that game, we're here at Fox for the Farmington Knightettes against the Fox Lady Warriors. Pretty excited about this.
Yeah, it is. It's very exciting as Farmington beat Sectional 6-4 last night, and as you know, there's a bunch of rain in the forecast from the past week, and Farmington hasn't been able to play the game, so they just been pushing it off. They actually was originally supposed to play in Jackson, but moved to Sectional due to their turf field.
So Fox will lead off here. We are at Fox, but Farmington is the home team. I'm assuming, I don't know if that's a coin toss or how they work that, but Farmington is technically the home team, so Fox will lead off the game here. And the first batter up is Gallo.
And the first pitch is a steer-right call.
And Kayla Nash on the mound today. Kayla Nash, easily the MVP for the Knightettes. Does it all, pitching and hitting.
For sure. This pitch is swinging a line drive to left field, and that's going to get down in front of Tucker and go to the wall. And that's going to be an easy double here for Gallo.
That was a changeup that Gallo waited on.
And that's going to be scoring a single and an error on the left fielder, Hallie Tucker.
Now for the Warriors, second baseman, Bria Wilson.
And this will bring up second baseman Wilson.
As I said, Nash, a hard thrower. That time a changeup that Gallo was just patient with.
First pitch is an bunt attempt and a strike called. No balls and a strike.
You see the huge shift there on the infield. It's kind of odd looking here as we're playing on a baseball field that they've moved the bases in on, and so the outfield is almost the infield for baseball.
Yeah. That's a bunt attempt that goes foul. It's going to make it 0-2, and Wilson is in the hole. Runner on second. That's Gallo. So no balls, 2 strikes here on to Wilson. Nobody out. Gallo on at second. And this pitch is just outside for a ball.
And this is somewhere that the Knightettes have never been before, the sectional game.
Yeah. And I believe high school softball has been around for Farmington since 2000. And it's a swing and a miss, and it's first out and first strikeout here for Kayla Nash.
That's a big strikeout here in the first inning after that leadoff double. We have seen Nash in most of these games here lately. They get a few good strong hits on her, but for the most part, she might allow 3 or 4 good hits, but a lot of strikeouts and a lot of ground balls.
Yeah, the key thing is to minimize damage early in the game, and in the offense try to hit the ball and try to get some runs. And the first pitch is a steer-right called.
And Kayla Nash is a weapon in a game like softball that really is designed to lots of hits and runs. She's a weapon there on the mound with her ability to really just throw the ball by people.
Sure. And that one's going to just miss, and it looked like it just a couple inches off the plate. It's going to be 1-1.
Sieber was really framing that one. She wanted the call.
Yeah. So outfield plays Brand to pull. Number 3 hitter is going to be the right field. Belvin comes in. She just misjudged that one, and it's going to get behind her, and a runner is going to score. Mistakes early in the game is going to kill you, and there is going to be a double and a triple. Actually, she never touches, so there's going to be an RBI triple on the play. Not something you'd like to see.
Now for the Warriors, the right fielder.
They're going to call a timeout here. Nash, the senior on the team, the leader, is going to try to rally the troops here. And that was not a hard hit ball, but the second ball we've seen in the outfield misjudged.
Oh yeah, for sure. 2 balls have went behind the corner outfielders, one in left field, and Hallie Tucker advanced her to second. Should have been a single, and the right field, which should have been caught. So there should be 2 outs and a runner on first base here.
Well, even if it's not going to be caught it. Looked like both outfielders couldn't decide whether to commit to it for the catch or to lay off and just take it off the bounce. And it cost both of them there as Nash with the ball low and away.
This will bring up Allen, the right fielder here for Fox. Runner on third, that is Brand. Next pitch is a swing and a miss. It's going to even the count at 1-1.
And one thing we've seen this year that I think we've talked about a lot the past few years is that the Knightettes allow a couple of runs, and they would get down. They would ride their emotions a little too much. And this year we've seen a lot of resiliency from them. It's something new that hasn't been there the last couple of seasons. Some extra innings wins and things like that. And so a nice change up there, just a little high by Nash, but count goes to 2-1. But it's something they haven't seen the last couple of years, and I imagine it has a lot to do with the leadership of Nash.
Oh yeah, for sure. Being a senior, yeah, so that's big. Swinging a line drive right field, and it's going to go foul. It's going to even it up at 2 apiece.
When I say that here with one out and runner on third and 1 run in here in the top of the first, is that the Knightettes the last couple of seasons, this would be a game that they would get down on themselves, but I have no doubt their ability to come back here and weather the storm, not just on the scoreboard, but in their minds.
So we have a 3-2 count here on Allen. Ellis on deck. Anybody gets on after that will be Preston. It's a swing and ground ball to Link. She looks the runner back at third, throws a first. That's 2 away.
That's a nice play by Brittany Link there to hold the ball for just a split second there to hold the runner on third. If she goes immediately to first, the runner probably takes off. So
she had a lot of time on that, especially with a hard hit ground ball like that. Enough time to get the runner at first.
So Ellis up to bat now. He's the first baseman. Normally that is a power position, shall we say, from a hitting standpoint. So
first pitch is going to miss just below the knees. It's going to make it 1-0.
See if Nash can get out of the inning here with just 1 run allowed.
And there's a ground ball to Allison Tucker throwing to first, and an error by Hannah High. She should have caught that. Runner's going to score, and she's going to move on to second base. And this is not a good way to start the ball game.
And Hannah Height, she stretched for that, but she stretched in the wrong direction.
Yep.
She stretched out toward the shortstop, but the ball was thrown more behind her. And so when she stretched out, she then couldn't reach it. So it was didn't really judge the throw there very well. So 2 runs in now, 2 outs. And the catcher for the Warriors, Preston, up to bat.
And it's going to miss just outside for a ball.
Those first 2 hits I can understand. They were hard to judge. Maybe the sun, especially out in right field, you can see our right fielder holding her hands over her eyes there.
Good snag by Kayla Nash. She wings it over to first, and the Fox Lady Warriors scored 2, and I believe there was only 2 hits in the inning, and that's not what you want to see.
A lot of errors there, kind of like the Royals last night. Didn't get the ball out of the infield in the first inning and scored 2 runs. And so just to update you here a little bit on Farmington on their season, a great season, only just a few losses on the year, winning district for the first time in school history against Seckman just yesterday. This would be their 3rd game in 3 days due to all the weather. And as I said in the first half of that inning, Kayla Nash easily the MVP for the Farmington Knightettes. Not to say that every player isn't important, but she's been dominant on both sides of the plate, really in every way. And so just some stats here. Kayla Nash, 3rd in the St. Louis area in home runs with 11. Really tied for 2nd actually with 11. Also Olivia Siebert, 3rd in doubles in the St. Louis area with 15, and then the rest of these stats are Nash top 10 in RBIs, top 10 in walks, ERA, wins with 16. She's gone 16-3 on the year. She's number 1 in shutouts with 10, and top 10 in games pitched, and then also top 10 in complete games with 20 complete games on the year.
That's crazy.
And 20 complete games is a lot. And so, as you can tell, when I say Nash is the MVP, it's easy to see why. And they're going to need her to do well off the mound today, as she really has only allowed two good hits in that inning, and errors is what cost the Knightettes. And so here in the bottom half, the Knighttette half of the first inning, Olivia Siebert, the normal leadoff hitter, the catcher for the Knightettes, steps into the box.
You look, get on base, and a good cut by Seaburn is going to go foul. So Seaburn steps back into the box. And you got Pingle on deck, and then Nash. The pitch to Seaburn is going to miss low, and it's going to even to count 1-1. Here's the 1-1 delivery. It's a swing and a ground ball at the middle. It's going to get through, and it's going to be a single here for Siebert.
That's a good way to come back and start off Knighttette half of the first inning.
Now up the designated player, number 5, Allison Pingle.
Allison Pingle up to bat now. As I said, she seems like all year she's been just a hair bit off from just really getting a hold of the ball. Swings the bat real hard. She's going to square around for a sacrifice bunt here.
Siebert back in safely.
Looking for the smart play. And as Doberty for the Warriors is the pitcher. She actually will not bat. She was the flex play, as they say.
Nice pitch to Siebert, or Pingle, and it's going to go foul. It's going to make it 1-1.
That pitch fouled off the back up off the mound. And so
the mound.
What would be nice to see here is if Pingle pulled that bat around and then pulled it back and just went for it.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not sure why Pingle's not swinging.
She didn't square around that time. Just trying to manufacture runs, I'm assuming here.
So Pingle is ahead of the count 2-1. Runner off first at Siebert with a ground ball off the middle of the single and a pitch. A swing and a foul off her back foot. It's going to make it 2-2.
Well, now she's definitely not bunting. I assume they're going to try the bunt there initially, kind of try to catch them off guard there, as they were not really in great position. When she fouled that first pitch off, then she pulled back around to swing.
Here's a 2-2 pitch, swing and ground ball to the third baseman. They'll turn 2, throw to second out there, throw on to first, and safe.
Pingle just beats out that throw. So it was a nice play by the second baseman for the Warriors. Is the throw was the ball was just a little bit off, and she ran across the bag there to catch it. Try to turn 2. And now Kayla Nash. I wore a hat today to match her, Dennis. The black hat with the fleur-de-lis on it. Should have her own walkout music. A threat to go deep.
So here's Kayla Nash, chance to tie it up, and it's going to be missed for a ball.
As we said, we wouldn't talk about that so much if she didn't have 11 home runs on the year. Always a threat to go deep. So this fence a little higher than some of the other fences they played with.
It is, yeah.
Though, yeah. Looks like it's the field may be a little bit deeper than that St. Jen field they played on the conference tournament.
It does look a lot deeper than all the fields that we've seen. So Nash ahead of the count 2-0. She's going to be looking for that pitch right down the middle, and there it was. And 2-1 here on Nash. Runner off first, that's Pingle, who grounded into a force out at third to second for the force out. 2-1 is going to miss just outside. 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike is the count here on Nash. Hannah Hyde on deck. If she gets on, then it will be Brittany Lincoln. It's a fly ball left.
Pops that up to shallow center.
And it's going to be out, and the runner returns to first base, and that's 2 away.
Unfortunately, I have seen Kayla Nash do that a little too much here lately, as I've seen her get underneath the ball. It's almost as if she's maybe trying a little too hard to hit it out and is dropping her shoulder there and popping the ball up.
So here's another home run threat here for the Knightettes, and this is Hannah Height, the first baseman. She recorded an error in the first inning to score a run. First pitch to Hannah Height, so line drive to right field, and the right fielder's there, and she drops it. Runner goes to third, and Hannah High stays put it set first. And it's going to be runners on the corners with 2 away, and it's going to be an error on the right fielder, as they should be also out of this inning.
So the Warriors gifting an extra batter here to the Knightettes. with Brittany Link up to bat. Brittany Link, the hero in the North County game with a bottom of the 7th game-winning single to give the Knightettes a 3-way tie for them AAA conference. We'll see if she can get a run across here. Not a lot of speed on the bases here, so if Link does get a hit, Hannah Height probably won't get past second unless it's just killed.
No, I would think Allison Pingle will score though.
Yeah, she'd be able to get across.
1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch and a lot good cut there by Link, and it's going to go out of play. You're going to make it 1-1.
You know, Dennis, and after Hannah Height swinging and hitting that ball, it didn't look like it was going to make it all the way down to the fence. But it really, the right fielder was right up on the fence, so maybe it's not that much deeper than what we're used to.
Yeah, and that ball's going to catch the black. It's going to make it 1-2 here on Link. Allison Tucker's on deck. If anybody gets on.
With 2 outs here, she's going to have to really protect the plate.
There's a pitch, and it's a good curveball. Make it 2-2.
I believe that may have been the first real curveball I've seen from the Warrior pitcher.
You can tell these pitches sitting behind home plate and how they move around and what pitch type they throw.
Yeah, Doherty there looked like she had a pretty wicked curveball. Uses it sparingly, probably on purpose to catch the hitters off guard.
So we have a 3-2 count. Runner on first will be going. Here's the pitch, and it's going to miss outside for a ball. And the ball gets away, and the Pingle will come in to score. It's going to be an error here on the catcher.
Nice heads up there by Pingle. As she missed the ball, Pingle immediately looked back and took off. So now runners at first and second with Allison Tucker up to bat. I could talk all day about almost all these Knightettes. They've all hit well here at the end of the year.
Yeah, for sure. And it's a good cut there by Tucker.
They were leading in segment 6-0 at one point in the game and held on to win 6-4. And so the Knightettes have not been lacking for offense, and we'll hope that that's the same. The case is the same today here against Fox.
Yeah, it seems like both teams are not strong and defensively right now. Maybe they'll sharpen up as the game goes on. And the second pitch is going to miss for a ball. It's going to make it 1-1.
Yeah, the Knightettes looking to make history for the second day in a row, similarly to our basketball team this past spring.
So next pitch will be a steer right call. It's going to be 1-2, 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the first, Farmington, the home team here at Fox. The next pitch is popped up to the catcher, and she'll make the play. She'll throw the ball on the ground. She's upset. The score is 2-1. We'll head to a commercial break. We'll be back here on Black Knight Sports.
With everything always improving, why is our banking falling behind? With monthly service fees and ATMs that take your money right back. Introducing Kasasa. Free hard-working accounts. You'll earn when you bank and earn when you swipe. And get those ATM fees back in your pocket. Free checking with rewards. Carried locally at Belgrade State Bank. Do you, Kasasa?
We are here, planet Earth, made from about 70% water. That's 326 billion gallons, give or take. That's enough to fill the office water cooler 652 quadrillion times. You'd think with that much water, we'd never run out of fresh fish. But in the U.S. alone, we ate almost 5.
The score 2-1, Fox, as both teams allowed errors. Both teams had errors that allowed runs to come across the plate there in the first inning. So top of the second here, Nash with a first pitch ball.
At the plate for the Warriors,
This
number
is
7,
DeLarber, the left fielder. So DeLarber ahead of the count, 1-0. We're here in the top of the second inning, and Fox leads it 2-1.
And there's a hit, swinging a hit there. Brittany Link scoops it up, and she swings it over, throws it over to Hannah Height for the first out of the inning.
Now batting the designated player, number 26, Haley Slavic.
Slavic to the plate now.
It's a unique last name.
And that changeup, that was a nice changeup there for Nash, and I'm assuming it was just a little bit low because it was dead on across the center of the plate.
There's a ground ball to Allison Tucker. Let's see if they'll make the play this time, and they do. It's going to go 6-3 on the play, and it's the second out of the inning.
Hannah Height just barely held on to that as her glove dropped down, and you could see the ball move a little, but she was able to pick it up and show it to the umpire in time.
You know what it seems like is that, I mean, with baseball and softball, they kind of link in together whenever you're a first baseman. You don't stretch before the ball is thrown. You stretch whenever the ball is halfway to you, so you can adjust to the left side of the bag, right side of the bag.
Number 20.
And that time Hannah Height did a good job holding on to it. Like I said, in that first inning, she stretched in really the wrong direction is the really only reason she missed it.
Yeah. And a 1-0 is going to be a swing and a miss.
She swung right over the top of that, Dennis. I'll tell you, sitting right back here behind home plate, you can really get a much better view of especially where the hitters miss. You can see her just swing over the top of that ball.
So here's the 1-1 delivery. It's going to be a swing and a ground ball left side, and it's going to go foul. It's going to make it 1-2.
And Dennis, I got to say, as many games I've been to, this just now realized that Brittany Link bats left-handed and throws right-handed. Don't know how I didn't see that one before now.
Only left-hander we have. Oh, we have Randy Strokes too. Okay, yeah. That's going to miss up. It's going to make it 2-2. Nobody on, 2 away. First two batters grounded out to third and short. Here's the next pitch. It's going to be a ski right 3. Struck out looking. We'll head to the bottom of the second inning. Fox leads it 2-1.
Oh, big wave.
That is everywhere, isn't it? Okay. Hey, Jennifer, can you guys turn to each other and share?
Do you want to go get a Happy Meal?
Yeah! This time it better not be a joke.
Who's excited about a Happy Meal?
Divorce has many fears. Losing a child doesn't have to be one of them.
Hi, I'm Jim Willis. I've been practicing law in the Farmington area since 1986. Divorce is a very difficult time. You don't have to go through it alone. Please give me the opportunity to help you.
Welcome back to Black Knight Sports. We're here in the bottom of the second inning. There's a 1-2-3 inning for Kayla Nash as she struck out her second one and a ground ball from Hallie Tucker is going to go foul, and it's going to start off the inning with a steal right call.
This pitcher here for Fox getting the ball across the plate, but really nothing overpowering, as I don't believe the Knightettes have seen a pitcher probably all year that compares really to Kayla Nash.
No, and it seems like this pitcher can spot her pitches correctly, hit the outside corner, come back inside, come low.
That ball right there looked like it may have been a hair bit outside the outside.
A little outside, yeah. There's a swing and a ground ball. It's going to go foul, and it's going to be 0-2 still.
It's not really having any trouble catching up to the balls here, timing it, as they've had some trouble with some of the slower pitchers in their conference timing the balls.
And that's going to be looks like it was just high, but she'll be set down and looking, and this will bring in Emily Brees.
I think Coach Albie's probably not too happy about that call, as it was up near her neck. It appeared to us from here. But if the umpire's going to call it now, the hitter's going to have to protect themselves for the rest of the game if he's going to give that strike.
Well, yeah, especially if you're down 0-2, you need to be protecting the play. You need to be expanding your zone a couple of inches to counteract the umpire calling strikes on the outside corners. Nice pitch, a ground ball to the shortstop. She'll field throw on the first, and that's 2 away.
Emily Brees, second baseman there, one of the members of our in our night vision television classes. She may be somebody next year or so calling some of these games here. We'll see. So Randy Scruggs.
Randy Scruggs.
As they chant.
And it's 2 away, a swing and a miss. No balls and a strike. You notice the girls over there are down, and they're only down by 1. Oh, there they go. Hear the chant now. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Scruggs. Swinging a line drive over the left field, or third baseman, and this will be a base hit with 2 away.
And a nice piece of hitting there. Scruggs just basically took what was given to her and took it the other direction there. She was kind of jammed in on her hands. A really good piece of hitting there. Now Olivia Siebert, as I said, number 3 in the entire St. Louis area in doubles on the year. So she has power to the gaps.
And you look for a double here. Scruggs will score easily, possibly a play at the plate. Scruggs is a pretty decent runner. She bats in the 9-hole just as a second leadoff hitter for Farmington. A swinging ground ball foul for Siebert.
And as we've talked about before, Dennis, the Knightettes with a sort of an interesting lineup is players like Scruggs or Brees or even one of the Tuckers would normally be a leadoff type hitter. Farmington going with a little different lineup setup. Really, the first 4 batters are all power hitters.
The next pitch is going to miss up, and it's going to make it 1-1. Ball 1 strikes the count. 2 outs. 2-1 Fox.
Olivia Siebert at the plate.
And that was just foul.
That was about 6 inches from tying the ball game there. As that ball bounced over the base and then just went foul.
So we have 1 ball, 2 strikes here on Siebert. She's going to have to protect the plate, try to keep from the second strikeout for Farmington. And it's going to be a ground ball to second baseman. Good stop. She'll throw on the first, and that's how we'll end the inning. Farmington gets a base hit off Scruggs. We'll head to the top of the 3rd inning. Farmington down 2-1.
Special sauce? At an undisclosed McDonald's location, there is a club. Inside, the best of the best gather. And tonight, they welcome their newest member, Mr. LeBron James. And what does one serve the best basketball player in the world? The new Bacon Clubhouse sandwich, of course. 100% pure beef or chicken on a new artisan roll, all with our famous Big Mac special sauce. Because everyone deserves the best. There's something for everyone to love at McDonald's. You should serve it to everyone.
We're always looking for better ways to do things. But with some banks, better for them isn't always better for you.
You've reached Megabank. Press 1 to hear your current balance. Press 2 to hear these options again.
Introducing free Kasasa checking. When you do stuff for us, like swipe your debit card or get e-statements, we make it even better for you with cash back and refunds on ATM fees. Kasasa, carried locally at Belgrade State Bank. Do you Kasasa?
And welcome back to Farmington Knightettes Softball here, Night Vision Sports. Marcus Archer along with Dennis Pogue here in the top of the 3rd inning. Score 2-1, Fox leading. Knightettes left a runner on base there as just really a line drive single there from Randy Scruggs is all that they got. And the Knightettes really haven't hit the ball too solidly other than that ball Hannah Height got over into right field. So far in the game, their first 2 at-bats haven't done a whole lot.
For the Warriors, the center fielder, number 2, Claudia Gallo.
The game's still only 2-1, and as I said, Nash, a weapon on the mound, not only at the plate, in the top 10 in the St. Louis area in strikeouts on the year. So already with 2 in this game.
So let's bring up Gallo. And it's a ground ball to Brees. She'll make the play. She'll field on the height, and that's the first out. 4-3 on the play.
Dennis, as you were saying, one thing I noticed just then even is that Height, she stretched, but didn't necessarily stretch toward the ball even on that, even with Breeze as close as she was. And so hopefully we won't have another error like we did in the first inning.
Yeah, it's something you can't see. So this will bring up Wilson, the second baseman. She struck out swinging her last time. And on deck is Brand, who doubled and scored her last time.
She watches that first pitch right on the inside corner for a strike.
The bunt attempt. That was good attempt by this 2-hole hitter Wilson.
We're going to catch the Knightettes off guard there, as neither Height nor Link were concerned at all about the bunt. I imagine Link will play up a little maybe, but Height is going to have to play at her full distance there because she can pull her bat back and take a swing.
Yeah, she seems like a girl with her no balls, 2 strike count to do that again. They set up on the outside corner, and it's going to be a ball. Not sure why Siebert would do that necessarily. I mean, I know you're trying to spot that location on the outside, but still, you might as well stay in front of the umpire and frame it. It's a deep fly ball, left center field. Scruggs on the track. And
nice play by Scruggs. she tracked that one down over the shoulder. And I was going to tell you, I assumed Siebert, as the batter there had lined around for bunt the pitch before. I assumed that she set up outside trying to catch her off guard, and if she was going to square around to bunt, then maybe they could get a strike on her. So, but Scruggs with a tremendous catch out in center field. She ran a long way to get that one.
Yeah, for sure. She went almost in left field, and there's a ground ball. Second baseman, Breeze backhands. She'll make the play to first, and safe. And she was safe at first, definitely. Made a good attempt, but she bobbled the ball over her second base, couldn't backhand it cleanly, so the runner is safe.
So number 11, Allen, with the bat, and you can just tell she looks like a power hitter as she twirls the bat when she steps into the mound there. She looks like she knows what she's doing for sure.
There's a ground ball to Link.
Umpire calls a foul ball off of her foot. Says that it bounced off of her foot into the field of play there.
And the batter didn't even play that like it was off her foot, so not sure what the umpire is seeing. That's a good curveball there by Nash.
Totally caught her off guard, caught Allen off guard there. And
so now we have no balls, 2 strikes, runner off first. That's Brand, a shortstop for Fox, and a swinging and ground ball foul.
And Link better be heads up over there. She's already hit 2 balls in that direction. Nash looking for her 3rd strikeout of the game here in the top of the 3rd inning.
So runner on, there's 2 outs. Here's the next pitch from Nash. Swinging and ground ball at the middle. And it's going to get through. Keep it in front of her. Center fielder Scruggs does that. And it's going to be runners on first and second to bring up Ellis, the first baseman. On deck is Preston, the catcher for Fox.
Number 3, Ashley Ellis.
Ellis reached on an error from the first baseman, Hannah Height, from the throw from Tucker. And first pitch is going to miss low in the dirt. A little fake dirt.
This will be a real test here for the Knightettes, see if they can get out of the inning with no runs scored.
1-0 pitch is going to be in there. He did call that earlier.
I was wondering, he took a second there to raise his hand. I was wondering if he was gonna give us that one.
So now we have 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runners on first and second. It's going to miss up high. It's going to make it 2-1.
That ball looked like it was in the same spot, if I'm honest with you, Dennis.
It might have been just a little bit higher. Not much. It was an off-speed pitch from Nash, so it could have been what it was. And that was going to miss again. It's going to make it 3-1. You can't be walking players late in the inning with 2 outs and 2 runners on. Next pitch is going to miss, and we're going to have bases loaded, 2 away.
Now the catcher for the Warriors, Preston, come to the plate.
Now up the catcher, Kirsten Preston.
Big spot here for Nash, and if Knightettes could get out of this inning without allowing a run, maybe even a strikeout by Nash, it'd be a huge confidence booster here for them.
Yeah, for sure. Last time Preston grounded out to the pitcher Nash, and that's when she threw a dart over the first base. So we have bases loaded, 2 away. 2-1 is the score. So far, no runs come across this inning. 1 ball, no strike pitch, and it's going to be in there for a steer out call. It's going to even it up at 1-1. On deck for Fox is DeLarber, the left fielder. 1-1 is going to miss just outside. That sure looked like a strike.
It looked like it maybe on the outside. And Dennis, we talked about this. Softball is pitchers can pitch more, but this is Nash's 3rd game in 3 days, and so I imagine her arm has got to be a little tired here as the count goes to 3-1. And Nash needs to locate this one.
She generally doesn't walk many batters either. 1 maybe in a game. She's already done that here in the top of the 3rd inning. And the next pitch, and it's going to be ball 4, and they'll walk in a run. It's going to make it 3-1 here in the 3rd.
I'm surprised Coach Albee hasn't called time just to go out there and talk to Nash for just a minute.
So back-to-back walks here for Nash.
Now at the left fielder, number 7, Becca Zelarber. Courtesy runner, number 18, Jordan Sanders.
That's what I was looking for. Coach was taking some time there. He brought the courtesy runner in there. Try to get a little more speed on first base.
The first pitch is going to miss for a ball. Looks like Nash is missing quite a few pitches low.
I would assume that a lot of that's on purpose, as that pitch is fouled back for a ball. As this guy seems to have a higher strike zone than normal, and a lot of these lower pitches, I feel like Nash is expecting to get the call on them. Otherwise, she's been throwing it consistently in the same spot.
The 1-1 pitch, and going to be in there for a strike called. Umpires being inconsistent here on the outside pitch. As earlier I pretty much saw a couple pitches in the same spot. It's going to be a grounder back to Nash. He'll throw on the first, and that's how we'll end it. As bases were loaded, a runner came in on a walk, so Fox scores 2, or scores 1, so it's 3-1. We'll head to the bottom of the 3rd inning here on Black Knight Sports.
When you want to mix it up right, you need the tastiest choices around. And McDonald's Dollar Menu and More has always got your back. Feeling like a classic? Try the one and only McChicken, still just $1. Or you can always turn it up with the great tasting McDouble. Plus other delicious hits, all for a price you can't beat. Whatever your flavor, the Dollar Menu and More is just what you need to keep you moving. There's something for everyone to love at McDonald's.
Night at half of the 3rd inning. Allison Pingle up to bat. So see if the Knightettes can get something going here.
Pingle, Nash, and Height will be due up for the Knightettes here in the bottom of the 3rd.
5, Allison Pingle.
And the first pitch misses for a ball.
And
that will come in for a strike call. It's going to even it up at 1-1.
Dennis, that first pitch looked very similar to a strike Nash got in the other inning. So
it sure did.
Not really sure what's going on here with some of these the strike zone.
And it's going to be popped up to the right fielder. Should be in the sun. It's going to get down for a base hit.
And this field is, I can tell by the way that they've played it, our left fielder and then their right fielder just then, it's deceptive because you see the infield for the baseball field and you don't feel like the ball is going to make it all the way out. You know, you feel like the ball's going to go farther than what it is.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So it took her a good second or two before she even broke on the ball.
So this will bring up Kayla Nash, chance to tie it up here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Here's the first pitch to Nash on its way to swing and ground ball up the middle, and this will get through. Pingle looks to third base coach Albie, and she'll stay and she'll go. As the ball gets faster, Nash on the second and Pingle on the third. So he runs on second and third, error on the center fielder, and it's going to be a single and an error for Nash.
A nice hard ground ball. This turf is extremely unforgiving as Nash will give way here to courtesy runner. I'm assuming that's Wood there that came in. It might be Taylor Marbury actually. So I believe it's Wood actually. So Nash gives way to her courtesy runner, and as I said, this turf is very unforgiving. The speed of the ball is so much different than playing on regular grass, and shows she hit that ball on a grass field or a dirt infield. There might have been a chance for the second baseman to get to it, but here that ball just speeds up every time it zips across the turf.
For sure.
You know that from playing on these turf fields in baseball.
Definitely, yeah. And a good change up there by the pitcher for Fox. He's going to make it Height 0-1.
Hannah Height pulled her head out that time. I could tell as she swung, her head was facing down left field direction. So
no balls in the strike. Here's the pitch, and it's going to miss just low. It's going to make it 1-1.
See if Hannah Height can get something going here. A lot of room out in right center field. If she could get a ball out there in the gap, she could score 2 runs here pretty easily and tie it up.
The 1-1, swinging a foul back. It's going to make it 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here on Height. A chance to tie things up here in the 3rd inning. Runners on 2nd and 3rd. And on deck is Brittany Link. Pitch, swinging a foul back. Gonna keep it 1-2.
One thing I noticed here, Hannah Height, her left foot there, her front foot, hugging the front of the batter's box there, and from our angle, it's hard to tell the speed of the pitch. And I'm assuming that all that tells me is just that this pitcher here doesn't have a lot of power, maybe more of a central type pitcher, a lot of junk, really. We've seen her have a good curveball, a good changeup. So that pitch misses high. Count goes to 2-2, but Hannah Height trying to make sure she gets the timing down, moving up in the front of the box.
So here's the 2-2 delivery, and it's going to be ground back to the pitcher. Engel looks off. She'll go out at first, and she'll be out at home. And that was not a good play there by Farmington, and that was not on Albie. It's going to be 2 away. It's going to be a possibly wasted opportunity.
Pingle waited till the pitcher picked the ball up to throw, and as soon as she bobbled it, if Pingle would have went, she would have made it, but she waited just a second too long there, and it made all the difference. And so a game of inches, as they say, Dennis, and that was one of them. There's a few inches there that I bet Pingle wishes she could have back, would have stayed at 3rd if she could have. So Brittany Link up to bat now, count 0-1, first pitch strike.
We got 2 away here, runner on 3rd for the Knightettes. For next pitch, going to be a ground ball. Second baseman, this should do it for the inning. It's going to be a bobble, and a runner will score. It's going to be an error on the second baseman, the 2nd error of the inning, and the 4th error for Fox.
That'll bring the score to 3-2. I was just about to say, Dennis, you cannot get 2 runners on 2nd and 3rd with nobody out and not bring a run across. And so the Knightettes gifted a run there. The score 3-2 now as Allison Tucker steps in to the batter's box.
Tucker flew out to the catcher, actually just kind of popped out, not really flew out.
Shortstop, number 7.
Chance to redeem herself here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Farmington has put a run on the board and a ground ball to the 3rd baseman. Stays fair and throw on to 1st. That's how we'll end the inning. Farmington scores a run on an error by the 2nd baseman on 2 hits. We'll head to the top of the 4th inning. Fox leads at 3-2.
There's a magical land between the latitudes of 30 degrees north and 30 degrees south, where the amazing Arabica beans grow. The mountainous regions between the Tropic of Capricorn and Tropic of Cancer, where rich soil means rich coffee, where lush tropical climate means smooth aromatic flavor, and where passionate farmers means flavor we can all be passionate about. When Mother Nature meets the human touch, we're able to bring great tasting coffee to the exact longitude and latitude of you.
America loves a fish fry. And in the Corktown part of Detroit, there's a place called Nancy Whiskey's that's famous for one. Nothing fancy, just a tasty good time. But you don't have to go to Nancy's for fish that taste that special. Just come on over to Long John Silver's. Rediscover the taste you love. Long John Silver's, we're America's fish fry.
Welcome back to Black Knight Sports. We're here in the top of the 4th inning. Farmington scored a run. They brought it across on an error by the 2nd baseman. They had 2 hits, 2 errors, 1 run, 1 left on. And we'll head to the top of the 4th here as we're getting ready to get started. Slavic will lead things off. Fisher and then Gallo at the top of the lineup. And we're not sure what's going on. Kayla Nash talking to the trainer, looks like.
She's been shaking her arm out there on the mound. The reason I was talking about her pitching so many times in so many games is she didn't look like she has much pop on her. The ball coming out of her arm, out of her hand, and she's been on the mound just sort of shaking her arm out between almost every single pitch. And trainer out there just checking, I think, trying to make sure that everything structurally is okay, and we'll hope that that is the case there.
You almost wonder, is the shoulder of the pitcher, as you rotate hard, you're exerting a lot of force, even though you're throwing underhand, which is a lot more of a.
They are coming around from the top all the way.
Around from the top, and it could have just went out of whack. I'm not sure really. I'm not a softball player. I'm not a athletic trainer, but it looks like that's what they're trying to fix, the shoulder.
I'm trying to. I wonder if she was complaining about it hurting it all, and if they're what they're trying to do here. If she does go out, Hannah Height would be the pitcher. That would more than likely pull Allison Pingle into the game and put her at first. Won't lose anything. Allison Pingle, a great first baseman, but Kayla Nash would obviously be missed on the mound. So not sure what's going on here or what the decision's going to be. Not sure if the trainer there is making the decision for them, or if Kayla has the ability to say whether or not she feels okay. And she is going to stay in the game there. I assume they probably just told her to make sure that if she feels anything, any little tweaks or anything, that she needs to let them know, as a shoulder in baseball or softball is the same as a knee in football or basketball, really.
Oh, for sure.
A common injury. So
this will bring up the DH Slavic, and the first pitch is going to miss just outside. The umpire has called that pitch a strike several times beforehand, but he calls this one a ball. 1-0 is going to miss just low. It's going to make it 2-0.
At the plate, designated player, Haley Slavic.
One thing I didn't think about, Dennis, is that turf on that right around the mound there is going to make it real interesting when it comes to wild pitches.
For sure.
So
there's a ground ball to Tucker. She'll step on it first, and that's how we'll start the top of the fourth inning. 6-3 on the play.
Yeah, that way that ball bounces, you get a hard enough pitch into the ground there. That ball could pop up and be hard to handle for either one of the catchers. We'll hope that doesn't come into play for us.
Just bringing Fisher, and it's going to miss just up. We'll make it 1-0. One away, nobody on.
I'm assuming that was the Fox trainer there, as he came walking around over here a minute ago. A guy here from Fox. There's a line drive out to right field there, and another misplay by a right fielder. And Fisher will go to second on the error. That's the second time we've seen that today from the right field, Dennis.
And it looked like the runner was celebrating when she got on second base, but the ball was nowhere close to a fielder. She could have easily have taken third base on that errant throw by the right fielder.
Warrior center fielder Claudia Gallo.
That could cost Fox big here in the fourth inning. One away. This is Gallo, the center fielder. She has doubled or singled and grounded out. This would be a right field. It's going to be foul. Belvin and will not make the play. Yeah, something. Belvin has not been able to make a couple of plays out there in right field, which should have been outs. That could have been a easy out for the right fielder.
Well, I've seen her make catches there on fly balls out in right field this year. I'm sure it's just was a nice, that changeup looked like it paused in midair for a ball, but much different sitting out there on some of those ground balls, and you can see that sun is really difficult for her. She still has her hands in her eyes.
There's a ground ball to Breeze. She'll throw on the first. That's two away, and they'll move the runner over to third base, and this will bring up the two-hole hitter Wilson. So second time Gallo has grounded out to the second baseman.
Warrior second baseman Bree Wilson.
And they I don't want to give Belvin too much flack here. It looks like, as you can tell, it looks like the sun is really awful over there. We'll hope that that's all it is. The foul ball off of Olivia Siebert's face for strike one, or off the mask, not the face. That would be pretty terrible. But I know what it's like playing outfield a little myself in baseball. You get the sun setting in the right direction, not at noon or anything.
And there's a fly ball center field. Scruggs has a beat on it, and she'll make the play.
Scruggs covers a lot of ground out there in the outfield.
She really does. So one runner gets on base. That was a double, And that was a 4-up, 3-out inning. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Fox leads at 3-2.
With everything always improving, why is our banking falling behind? With monthly service fees and ATMs that take your money right back. Introducing Kasasa. Free hard-working accounts. You'll earn when you bank and earn when you swipe. And get those ATM fees back in your pocket. Free checking with rewards. Carried locally at Belgrade State Bank. Do you, Kasasa?
Oh, big wave.
That is everywhere, isn't it?
Okay,
Hey, you're out of first. Can you guys turn to each other and share?
do you want to go get a Happy Meal?
This time it better not be a joke.
Who's excited about a Happy Meal?
Be him.
Leading off in the 4th, the left
Now, Knight at half of the 4th inning here, looking to make something happen here. Down 1 run, 3-2. Is Hallie Tucker up to bat, the shortstop for the Knightettes, or excuse me, the left fielder.
She has struck out looking this last time and looking to change that here in the first at bat. Ground ball shortstop. Good play. Throwing to first. That's how we start the first. And not sure why she slid over there at first base. That's actually proven to be slower to get to a bag, especially when you're running to first base.
Well, that's kind of an awkward side. It's an easy way to twist an ankle there. You get it wrapped up in between your leg and the base.
And the only time you really see someone slide into first base is whenever the ball is offline and the first baseman comes down the line, tries to tag you. And Brees looks at a ball in, something she could have probably took off the elbow.
I was just thinking the same thing, unfortunately. Lean in there and take one. I don't want a girl to get hit, but, you know.
No, but when you're down 1 run, she'd be the tying run. That's something you want to see.
I think that's more of a strategy in baseball than it is in softball, though, as pitches tend to be a little bit more wild.
So we have a 2 balls, no strike pit or count. And here's a line drive right center field. This will get down. Reese will have a single. She's 1 for 2 on the night. This will bring up Randy Scruggs. And she is singled over to third baseman her last time up.
Said Randy Scruggs here is most of this year has kind of struggled hitting. They changed her swinging motion since last year and done a lot of work on her swing, but towards the end of the year she started to come around.
And here's a double play chance. Throw her to second. On the first, she'll be safe.
Scruggs easily beats that out. That was a quick turn there by the shortstop and the second baseman, and Scruggs with giving them no chance. So a lot of speed there as Olivia Siebert will come back up to the plate here for her 3rd time of the game.
And Siebert's 1 for 2 on the night. She singled and was out on a force play from the third baseman to the second baseman, and then grounded out to the second baseman to end the inning. Here's the first pitch. Is a line drive center field, and caught by the shortstop. A great play. That was a great play. So if Farmington gets 1 hit, they'll send 4 batters to the plate. We'll head to the top of the 5th inning. Fox still leads it 3-2.
Divorce has many fears. Losing a child doesn't have to be one of them.
Hi, I'm Jim Willis. I've been practicing law in the Farmington area since 1986. Divorce is a very difficult time. You don't have to go through it alone. Please give me the opportunity to help you.
Special sauce? At an undisclosed McDonald's location, there is a club. Inside, the best of the best gather. And tonight, they welcome their newest member, Mr. LeBron James. And what does one serve the best basketball player in the world? The new Bacon Clubhouse sandwich, of course. 100% pure beef or chicken on a new artisan roll, all with our famous Big Mac special sauce. Because everyone deserves the best. There's something for everyone to love at McDonald's.
You should serve it to everyone.
Welcome back to Black Knight Sports. We're here in the top of the 5th inning. Fox still leads at 3-2. This will bring up Brand, Allen, Ellis, the 3-4-5 hitters due up here for Fox. Brand has reached base twice. She's 2 for 2 on the night, a double and a single.
And a pretty tremendous catch there by the shortstop to end that last inning. But Dennis, the Knightettes, not a whole lot offensively going. Really haven't hit the ball solid other than the Hannah Height hit out to right field and Nash's hard grounder. It's really been a lot of bloopers and a lot of slow grounders, really, for the most part. And so he calls that pitch first pitch a ball. You hold your hand up. We've seen that pitch called a strike and a ball today.
Oh yeah, for sure. Next pitch is he's going to call that a steer-right call. It's going to make it 1-1. Here on Brand, the shortstop, and she is an athlete. 2 for 2, makes a great play at short, and she's made a couple of other plays that have been pretty decent as well.
And I can tell you, just as I'm sitting here watching Nash pitch, as the trainer was checking her out there at the beginning of the last inning, that I imagine there's no way she's coming out if she can stand and breathe and move her arm.
And as a fly ball, Scruggs has a beat on it once again, and she'll make the play. That's how we'll start the top of the 5th, and that's 1 away. Well, this will bring up Allen, the right fielder. She is 1 for 2 on the night, a ground out to third and a single.
I know those are plays that you expect your center fielder to make there, but Scruggs, as we said, covering a lot of ground there into left and to right field already today, and it's nice to have someone that's not just can make the catch, but you know that really a fly ball to the gaps is not a guaranteed hit.
When you see the left and right fielders, they're playing well on the corners, and Scruggs has a lot of room to patrol out there in center field. Line drive right field. Belvin will try to keep it in front of her. She does this time, and it's going to be a single with 1 away.
And that was about as tough of a bounce as you're going to get out now. The outfield there, the ball looked like it hit right on the edge of the turf and the grass there, and bounced up. And you could tell she was holding her hands up in front of her eyes as long as she could. That sun is really a problem for her out in right field. If I were the coaches, I would almost be instructing my hitters to try and hit it that direction.
A good pitch there by Nash here on Ellis. Ellis is 0 for 0. She doesn't have any official at bat. She's reached on the air and walked her past 2 times. And it's going to make it 1-1 here on Ellis. So both teams scored in the first, made it 2-1. Both teams scored in the third and made it 3-2. That's how the score stands right now. 2 balls and a strike here on Ellis.
Nash really all over the plate a lot more than what we're used to seeing here.
That's going to miss just up. Not sure where that missed.
We're waiting. We keep thinking he's going to call one of these a strike because he has in previous innings.
And that's a pop fly. That's going to stay in play. Let's see who will call it. And Hallie Tucker will make the play. Oh no, she dropped it.
It looked like I don't know if you saw it, the ball hit her glove and then bounced. You can see it bounce up above the back of the dugout there. I'm not sure what happened there except for the fact that ball was hit extremely high and probably just went into the wrong part of her glove there and popped out.
Well, it should have been for sure out there by the left fielder, Tucker. She had plenty of time to get to it. And it's going to be a third walk of the night for Nash. And I believe she hasn't walked 3 batters in a night in a very, very long time.
And that pitch there, I can't see it from here, but I don't think there's very much room down the left field line there. And it's possible she could have run into the fence as she was catching it and the ball popped out that way. And here comes Coach Albee.
She waves off her infield.
Here comes Coach Albee. I'm assuming she wants to talk to Nash, not just about her walking the last batter, but as they were checking out her shoulder there previously, I have no doubt that's part of the conversation here. And she's going to try to convince Nash not to push it too hard if she doesn't have to.
And honestly, I would actually bring in the infield because you do have runners on first and second. You do have 1 out, and this is a big inning here to get out of. I mean, you need to set up a situation, set up the infield. Not sure what kind of talk that was.
Nash has pitched herself out of a few jams here early in the game, and we'll see if she can do that again. Again now as Preston, the catcher, steps in.
Runners on first and second. Here's a windup in the pitch from Nash and a foul back. Straight back. It's going to make it 0-1. The DeLarber, the left fielder, on deck. Preston is 0 for 1 on the night. She grounded out to the pitcher and walked.
Fox not really doing a lot to beat the Knightettes. Knightettes really with errors and some walks here, causing a lot of trouble for themselves.
And it's going to be fouled back to the right side. She was trying to take it to the right side of the field, and it's going to make it 0-2.
Nash should get a huge strikeout here to send it to 2 outs with 2 on here.
She can do that. The bottom of the lineup is really struggling for Fox as
Siebert mishandles that ball, and both runners will advance to second and third. And now a strikeout is even more important here, as even a hit to the infield could score the runner at third.
And Nash should try to cruise through here, as the bottom half of the lineup is only 1 for 6 on the night. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch, ground ball, third base in the lead. She looks back to run on third. She'll throw it first. Her chance at home, and she'll slide underneath the tag. That was a bad throw there by Hannah Height. She threw it on the right side of the plate. She should have threw it on the left. She would have thrown it on the left. Been an easy out at the plate, but it was go 5-3 on the RBI. So bring in DeLarber, left fielder. She's 0 for 2, grounded out to third and to the pitcher. Runner on third, 2 away, and the first pitch is a Steve Wright call.
They allowed a run, but they did get the out there. So it's important for the Knightettes to not get down. As I saw, Olivia Siebert did not look happy, which I can't imagine you would be, but she's going to have to control that and really funnel it here.
And there's a fly ball, and Breeze will have to call in. A great play there by Breeze. Belvin did not even see it. She just stood out there. Well, Fox scores a run. They have 1 hit, walked once. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Farmington down 4-2.
We're always looking for better ways to do things, but with some banks, better for them isn't always better for you.
You've reached Megabank. Press 1 to hear your current balance. Press 2 to hear these options again.
Introducing free Kasasa checking. When you do stuff for us, like swipe your debit card or get e-statements, we make it even better for you with cash back and refunds on ATM fees. Kasasa, carried locally at Belgrade State Bank. Do you, Kasasa?
When you want to mix it up right, you need the tastiest choices around. And McDonald's Dollar Menu and more has always got your back. Feeling like a classic? Try the one and only McChicken, still just $1. Or you can always turn it up with the great tasting McDouble. Plus other delicious hits, all for a price you can't beat. Whatever your flavor, the Dollar Menu and more is just what you need to keep you moving. There's something for everyone to love at McDonald's.
Knighthead half of the 5th. Here, Knightettes down 2-1. Allison Pingle steps up to lead off the inning. That pitch is called a strike on the inside corner. The 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up here. Pingle, Nash, and Height. So a real chance here for the Knightettes to get some of these runs back.
Yeah, for sure. They need to get some runners on, and good frame there by the catcher, but it's going to miss. It's going to make it 1-1.
Player number 5, Allison Pingle.
This is something where Farmington needs to get started here in the bottom of the 5th inning. They have 2 innings left after this. 9 outs left to go, and it's going to be a ground ball off of her, and it's going to make it 1-2. And really, Farmington's swinging themselves in the back counts. They're swinging at pitches that they shouldn't be swinging and not swinging at pitches they should be swinging.
It's been difficult to judge the strike zone, though, too, so I wonder if that's what they're thinking as they're trying to guard a larger part of the plate than what they feel like they normally would have to.
Swing and a miss by Pingle. A good off-speed delivery pitch there by the pitcher for Fox, and that's how we'll start the bottom of the 5th. It's only the 2nd strikeout here for
Farmington pitcher number
Fox.
11, Kayla Nash.
Well, but Kayla Nash, most of the Knightettes, as Kayla Nash comes up to bat, Knightettes don't really strike out a whole lot. I haven't seen it much this year, and so just to have 2 strikeouts in a game is kind of unheard of for them this season. As Nash, that ball has got to be gone, and it is. It is way out of here. That ball was 50 feet past the line at least, past the fence. As Nash with 1 swing of the bat, and she comes around, she's hanging her shoulder, her pitching arm down.
Oh, she is hurting terribly.
she is hurting very badly. She brings the Knightettes within 1 run here.
Oh, wow, she can't even move it at all.
But that at bat may have been all she had. We'll see what happens here in the top half of the 6th inning. But the Knightettes, Coach Albee didn't look too surprised or concerned, almost as if she expected that. However, like she knew what was happening, and so Kayla Nash doing all she can to give the Knightettes a opportunity at history for the 2nd day in a row here, looking to win the sectional game, bringing the Knightettes within 1, and Fox not out of it here with 1 out, as Hannah Height has the ability to do exactly what Nash just did, and that's go deep.
Hannah Height will come up to the play. She's 0 for 1 and reached on an error by the right fielder and a force out. Here in the 3rd, this is the first pitch, and it's going to be a ball low.
Knightettes dugout, as we were just talking about between innings there, been not as much energy as we've seen most of this year, and after Nash hit that home run, they're definitely up now, and we'll see if hopefully they'll keep that energy up. That's how you keep yourself in the game when you're having a tough inning out in the field, and so hopefully Hannah Height can do something here.
1-0 is a swing and a ground ball. She turned on that one. It's going to make it 1-1 with nobody on base.
And if Nash is unable to go here, as I said, Hannah Height would be the pitcher. She's a solid pitcher, not quite as much pop, and doesn't really have as good of a changeup as Nash does, though. And so we'll see what happens. But she has a chance to make something happen here for the Knights.
And that's going to just miss. Wow. 2 balls and a strike here on Height. On deck is Brittany Link and then Allison Tucker.
Doherty here has a pretty strong curveball.
2-1, a swing, a line drive center field, and this will be caught and backed her almost against the wall, and it's 2 away.
She was already playing pretty deep there. She didn't really have to move at all.
So third baseman number 20, Brittany Link.
Brittany Link up to bat now, and she has more power than what she's shown this year. She's really got a lot of pop off her bat.
And definitely a lot of pull power, as she's a left-hander. And the first pitch is ground ball. This will get through. Good diving play there by the shortstop. It's going to be a runner on first with 2 away. This will bring up Allison Tucker a chance to redeem herself from the first 2 at bat. She popped out to the catcher and grounded out to the 3rd baseman.
It may just be me, but it looked like the shortstop was playing extremely shallow there. It may just be the deception from the baseball infield there, but it appeared as though she was playing really shallow. It's the only reason the ball got by her.
And the first pitch is going to miss just up. And it's going to make it 1-0.
Third base. Check it. Shortstop, Allison Tucker.
Ball, no strikes here on Tucker. Nice pitch. Swing a fly ball, left center field, and the center fielder will make there, track it down as Farmington scores 1 on a home run, 2 base hits. We'll head to the top of the 6th inning. Fox still leads at 4-3.
There's a magical land between the latitudes of 30 degrees north and 30 degrees south, where the amazing Arabica beans grow. The mountainous regions between the Tropic of Capricorn and Tropic of Cancer, where rich soil means rich coffee, where lush tropical climate means smooth aromatic flavor, and where passionate farmers means flavor we can all be passionate about. When Mother Nature meets the human touch, we're able to bring great tasting coffee to the exact longitude and latitude of you.
Knightettes back out in the field here to start the 6th inning. As I believe that's Slavic up to bat now for Fox. First pitch in the dirt. Well, in the turf, I guess. Not really dirt here. As Kayla Nash comes back out on the mound as she drug her, hanging her arm, going around the bases after that home run, and she's out on the mound again.
And a foul bat's going to even count 1 apiece.
Kayla Nash giving a little bit of a of a yell there with each pitch that comes out, almost not something we're used to hearing very much. So I imagine that's due to some kind of stinging pain that's going on there in her shoulder.
Oh, for sure. 1-1 pitch, the swing and ground ball. There's Allison Tucker. She'll grab it. She'll throw on to first, and a great play, great stretch there by the first baseman Hannah Height, and that's how we'll start the top of the 6th inning with 1 away.
And Kayla Nash just gutting it out with her 11th or 12th home run, excuse me, to tie her for the lead of the St. Louis area for this season in home runs, gutting it out on the mound with a couple of strikeouts on the game, a home run, dangling her shoulder down, and she's going to play. That ball's hit to Hannah Height as she stops it, and a quick out there. Nice defensive play by her. As I said, Nash toughing it out, a CMU commit. We just saw her sign just a couple of days ago with CMU, and so but she's not ready to end her high school career. If she can help it, she's going to do all she can. 2 outs now.
This is Gallo, the center fielder, foul back right off the glove of Siebert, and it's going to make it 0-1. 2-away here in the top of the 6th inning. Farmington with 2 more chances to tie it up and maybe with the go-ahead run. They had the hammer in the 7th inning. No balls in a strike. Here's a pitch swing and a miss by Gallo. 0-2. Gallo on the night is 1 for 3. She doubled and grounded out to the second baseman twice. The pitch is a swing and a fly ball to the second baseman Bree. She'll make the play, and a 1-2-3 inning for Farmington. Nash will go back to the dugout trying to help her teammates. Farmington down by 1.
America loves a fish fry. And in the Corktown part of Detroit, there's a place called Nancy Whiskey's that's famous for one. Nothing fancy, just a tasty good time. But you don't have to go to Nancy's for fish that taste that special. Just come on over to Long John Silver's. Rediscover the taste you love. Long John Silver's, we're America's fish fry.
Welcome back here, bottom of the 6th inning. Knightettes with a chance to tie it up. A new pitcher for the Fox Warriors as Slavic, who was previously the designated player, designated hitter for Fox. Now Slavic into the game, and I do not see Doherty anywhere on the field, so I'm assuming she took her spot out on the bench, down on the bench there, as none of the infield or the outfield appears to have changed.
And the first pitch by Slavic to Hallie Tucker is going to miss up.
Leading off the left fielder, Hallie.
And you kind of see what I guess Fox is trying to do. She's kind of their quote-unquote closer for Fox, as they're trying to get some different views, and so far it's working. It's going to be 1-1. She definitely has some zip on her pitches.
You can tell a little bit more than their starting pitcher. I'm assuming that's exactly what it is. It's a closer type of role.
She's the Jason Ma of the St. Louis Cardinals. Pitch is a swing and a foul back. Going to make it 1-2.
Let's hope she blows as many saves as him.
That's Trevor Rosenthal. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Breeze and Strudge are on deck and in the hole. Farmington down by 1 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 4-3 Fox. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Slavic to Tucker. She's going to watch another D-right call on the outside corner. She sets down, looking for her second time of the night, making it 1 away here in the top of the 6th or bottom of the 6th inning.
That's the second time we've seen that particular pitch get a Knighttette called out on strikes. Not just on the out, not just looking like it may be on the outside corner, but also high. It looked like it was. I mean, it was a borderline at best.
You have to swing, you have to protect the play, especially with 2 strikes, though. So 1 ball, no strikes. That one missed just a little high.
That one was obviously high, but
One ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. A swing, a fly ball. Can't talk, excuse me. It's going to go foul. It's going to even the count 1-1. One away, nobody on base. Farmington down by 1. Strudge on deck, the center fielder, and then it'll be Olivia Siebert, the catcher for Farmington, if anybody gets on. One ball, one strike. Here's the pitch. Slavic to Brees. Swing a fly ball, and it's going to be the third baseman there to make the play. And that's 2 away. You need to have quality of bats here in the late going, and Farmington is not finding a way to do that.
Those are really emotional buzzkills there when you get called out on strikes looking and then pop out into the infield to the third baseman there. And you can see the Knightettes dugout not quite as excited as they were last inning after Nash hit that home run.
Swing a ground ball to the third base side. Good diving play by the third baseman, but it was foul. Good attempt, trying to get dirty on turf. No balls and a strike here on Strudge. Farmington, the chance to try to get on base. Olivia Siebert, the catcher, on deck. She still has her pads on. There's 2 outs, just in case. And one right at her head. I wouldn't recommend taking that, but it is the helmet, so you don't know. I mean, it's just a
We're going to let that one go as Scruggs steps back into the batter's box.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away. Here's the pitch, a swing and a line drive right at the second baseman. He'll make the play this time. We'll head to the top of the 7th inning. Last inning here is sectional play as Fox leads it 4-3.
With everything always improving, why is our banking falling behind? With monthly service fees and ATMs that take your money right back. Introducing Kasasa. Free hard-working accounts. You'll earn when you bank and earn when you swipe. And get those ATM fees back in your pocket. Free checking with rewards. Carried locally at Belgrade State Bank. Do you, Kasasa?
Oh, big wave.
That is everywhere, isn't it? Okay, hey, you're out of first. Can you guys turn to each other and share?
Do you want to go get a Happy Meal?
This time it better not be a joke.
Who's excited about a Happy Meal?
And welcome back here, the last inning of the sectional game here with the Farmington Knightettes and the Fox Warriors, or Lady Warriors. Is Nash going to add to her total of the area leading complete games? Going to finish it out here. The check swing there, and we thought that one might have been a strike, but it called a ball and said Nash toughen it out. Going to finish it out here. Score still 4-3.
So 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch, and just misses.
Are you kidding?
And it's now 2-0. Even the press box doesn't even want to change the count. And the umpire finally calls it a strike. He's going to make it 2-1.
I'm probably getting a little too into this game here, Dennis. I will really want the Knightettes to take this one.
And a bunt attempt, and it's going to be a steer right cross. She did go. I would hope so. 2-2.
That was a nice little, that's the second time we've seen one of the Fox players attempt a little bit of a sneak bunt there. And 2-2 here. Kayla Nash pitching really well considering the obvious trouble she's having with her shoulder here.
And it's going to do center fielder Scruggs with the play, and she'll make the first out of the inning. And believe it or not, Farmington has out-hit Fox tonight, 7-6. That's crazy.
It just seems like they've been much more spread out. Maybe 1 hit in an inning and then 3 outs. And Fox seems to has gotten theirs 2 or 3 at a time.
So this would bring up the shortstop Brand. First pitch is going to be in there at the knees for a steer-right called 0-1.
Nash with what I could only refer to a Kurt Schilling type injury pitching performance here. Not a bloody sock, but an obvious bum shoulder. As that changeup there way offline, and I would assume that has something to do with her motion. the pain that she's experiencing here.
You can see her facial expressions. They're not looking good. And there's a ground ball to the pitcher. And this will be the second out of the inning. This will bring up Allen, the right fielder.
Excuse me.
For Fox.
And that, what I was going to say is that Nash normally just picks it up and throws it. That time she walked it over and underhanded it. Usually she does not do that. So you can tell the pain she's in here. The Knightettes can get out of this. They're 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 7th in their batting order, and so exactly where you'd want to be if you're the Knightettes. If you're down 1 going into the last inning, that's who you want coming up is Siebert, Pingle, and Nash.
No balls and a strike. Here on Allen is a good curveball. He's going to make it 0-2, 2 away as Farmington is trying to get out of this 1-2-3 and send their top of the lineup in the bottom of the 7th inning. So no balls. 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's caught by Siebert.
And a big strikeout there from Kayla Nash.
That was a big strikeout. That was her 3rd strikeout of the night. Farmington will send up their top of the lineup hitters, Siebert, Pingle, Nash, and Height, if anybody gets on. And Fox leads it here 4-3. And this is going to be a big inning here in the 7th inning.
You see Coach Albee and Coach Robles over there trying to get the girls up and motivated. They've been kind of low energy the last few innings, but Nash with a huge strikeout there. As we've been waiting for that 3rd strikeout, she's been close several times in this game. I imagine she's close to averaging about 3 strikeouts a game most of the time when she pitches, 2 to 3 a game. And so now Olivia Siebert will come up to bat in the top 3 in the area in doubles. Allison Pingle and then Kayla Nash leading, tied for the lead in home runs as she hit her 12th of the year in the last inning. And so Slavic now, as we refer to the obviously a closer role for Fox here as Olivia Siebert steps up to the plate. The Knightettes down 1 run with a chance to, as I said a couple of times earlier, make history for the 2nd day in a row, win the sectional game, and send them on to the quarterfinals of the state tournament.
This is what I would say last chance for romance here for Farmington as Olivia Siebert will come up to the plate. Here we go. Slavic, Siebert, first pitch. Strike called.
Until that pitch on the inside part of the plate, the Knightettes not used to seeing a lot of pitches on the inside part of the plate as they tend to hug the plate a little bit and haven't swung at many of them.
It looks like they're trying to look for middle and away. And here's the 0-1. It's going to miss just low. It's going to make it 1-1. So Pingle on deck. Nash. Siebert is 1 for 3 on the night. A liner in the 4th. This is to the shortstop. Great play. A grounder to the second baseman, and then a single up the middle. Her first time at bat. 1-1 is a swing and ground ball at the pitcher. Siebert with a chance to get the first, and she'll beat it out. Oh! And I guess she didn't touch the base. She clearly beat it. Wow, I'm speechless. How do you call that save?
The only thing I can think there, Dennis, as he goes to consult the umpire here at home plate, the only thing that I can think of is that Siebert sort of ran past the bag and touched it with her hand. Did you see her with like an awkward half slide there as she ran past? The only thing I can think of is that he called her out as it looked like her foot touched the bag before her hand did, though.
It did.
And I think he thinks that she missed the bag with her foot. And it appeared as though she ran past it and then fell and her hand touched the bag. And I think he thinks that she didn't, and the ball got in there in between, which wouldn't matter because she would have already been through the base,
and
so to speak.
You know there's going to be an argument either way. If she gets called back to first, generally you never see this happen where the umpire brings the runner back. Generally the call stands, so we'll see.
They're conferring there, and they're taking a while to do it.
Speechless.
And if you're gonna lose the game here, then let the girls lose the game, because a play like that, as Siebert was obviously safe,
and
that is I don't know what to say about that.
Swing of line drive right field.
The designated player, number
You know, if I was
5,
out there, I would still be out in that field talking to that umpire.
Knightettes have to pick themselves up here. We're allowed to be emotional about it still. They've got to calm themselves down and go at it here as Pingle still with only one out.
A one. She's going to look at a steer right call. That's right down the middle. You have to swing at pitches right down the middle every single time. And it's going to make it 0-2 here on Pingle. Slavic looking for her second strikeout of the night. She's set down. Hallie Tucker's looking, and here comes the pitch. 0-2. Swinging a line drive left field. This will go to the wall. And
she's tied it up.
Wow.
And that's the one I've been waiting for all year, Dennis. I've been telling you, I'm on the Allison Pingle bandwagon.
Allison Pingle's first home run of the season comes on a sectional down here in the bottom of the 7th inning, and they tie it up 4-4. And this will bring up Kayla Nash. She homered earlier in the game, and she can do it again. And this is a chance for Farmington to win it here in the 7th inning.
I've been waiting for that one all year. I've told you she's got so much bat speed. She's just missed a ton of balls, and she did not miss that one at all. And Kayla Nash here picking the bat up with her left arm because she can't pick it up with her right arm, with a chance to do something really heroic. If she could knock it out here, her second home run of the game to end the game on back-to-back homers.
Well, the thing is, Farmington has a chance to do it with the next 3 batters, too. They have Nash, Hyde, and Lean coming up here, and that was crazy. Allison Pingle's first home run of the season comes here against Fox on a big, pretty much an elimination game, because if they would have lost tonight,
season's done.
Season would be over, but now they're still alive.
You can see Nash here still swinging with her left arm, not able.
Now up for Farmington.
So here's Kayla Nash. Farmington with nobody on base. They tied it up 4-4.
The delay there, I assume, is they were getting the home run ball. And Nash here, as I said, not even able to hold the bat with her right arm.
So Nash, here we go, Slavic.
And the energy back in the crowd here after that unbelievable call to start the inning.
Slavic looks in for a sign, one away, nobody on base. Slavic winds, pitches. It's going to go outside for a ball. Hannah Hyde on deck. Kayla Nash is 1-for-3 on the night. She's homered and singled and grounded out, or flew out to center field her last time. Slavic, 1-0. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball to the shortstop. She'll make the play. She'll throw on to first. That's 2 away.
Nash still running, dangling her arm, and I gotta say, to tie it is great, but extra innings, not what Kayla Nash is hoping for from a pitching standpoint. Hoping the Knights can get a run here to end this game, as her shoulder is just about had it, you can tell. So Hannah Hyde here hit a ball all the way to the fence there in the first inning, the first hit for the Knightettes, or the second inning, I believe it was.
Here's the first pitch. It's going to be popped up to the shortstop. Farmington ties it up. Allison Pingle with a solo shot to left field. A controversial call earlier in the game. It would have ended it, but we'll head to extra innings. Top of the 8th, sectional play against Fox. We're tied up 4-4.
Divorce has many fears. Losing a child doesn't have to be one of them.
Hi, I'm Jim Willis. I've been practicing law in the Farmington area since 1986. Divorce is a very difficult time. You don't have to go through it alone. Please give me the opportunity to help you.
Special sauce? At an undisclosed McDonald's location, there is a club. Inside, the best of the best gather. And tonight, they welcome their newest member, Mr. LeBron James. And what does one serve the best basketball player in the world? The new Bacon Clubhouse sandwich, of course. 100% pure beef or chicken on a new artisan roll, all with our famous Big Mac special sauce, because everyone deserves the best.
For the 8th inning, Nash still on the mound. Fly ball, that'll get out of play into right field. Unable to make the catch is Belvin.
And that was another bad jump there by the right fielder. She could have had, if she would have had a beat on it as soon as it went off the bat, she possibly would have had the chance.
Allison Pingle there tying the game up. An interesting call there to call Olivia Siebert out. Would have been a 2-run home run if Siebert would have been on first. The game tied nonetheless. And Nash still out there hanging her shoulder between innings, holding the bat, but still pitching extremely well with 3 strikeouts on the day.
So we have 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch to Ellis, going to miss up and away, make it 2-1. Farmington has tied it up. That was crazy. That was an unbelievable clutch hitting there by Farmington, as it is 4-4. 2-1 is line drive right field. This will get down.
That's in the
wall, and Ellis on her way to second base, throwing to second base, and be offline. It's going to be a double there for Fox with nobody out. And you know what they're going to do here. They are going to bunt. It's for sure. There's no doubt about it.
In softball, it's more of an automatic thing than in baseball. The way that the infielders have to play. Coach come over to talk, and everyone knows the catcher here. Preston, is, like you said, going to bunt. And so it'll be a matter of how quickly they can get the ball as to whether or not they can hold the runner at second.
Well, the thing is, you can see Tucker switching to her left side, so they're going to try to do the wheel play here. Here's the bunt, and it's going to be a slap to the right field. It's going to get down. It's going to go fair, and nobody is playing. They'll throw in, the runner will score, and they'll just switch places out there at second base, making it 5-4 Fox.
I gotta say, they faked the bunt there, but it wouldn't have really mattered from the depth of the infield there. That ball would have got down no matter what, considering where it was hit. And another looping single here by the Warriors is really, they've got a couple of hits to the gap, and they just had one earlier in the inning there, but most all of their hits have been just some looping hits there off of Nash. Not catching the ball real strongly, but getting just enough of it.
So this will bring in DeLarber. Sander comes in the pitch run here for Ellis, so or the catcher, so it's going to be a courtesy runner. So here's DeLarber's first pitch, a bunt attempt, and you knew this was coming. Throw on to first, and Breeze, it looks like she just put her glove up and hoped to God that the ball would find the glove, and it did. That's how they recorded the first out. Runner moves over to third.
They're still right in the sun over there. You can see that shadow coming just over the mound, and that's a problem where the ball moves from the shadow back into the sun there, even if you're throwing it from where Nash was.
So let's bring in Slavic. She's no longer the DH. Fox does not have a DH spot now. They had to take out the DH spot due to taking out the DH, and there's a fly ball to the shortstop. Tucker, she'll make the play. That's 2 away.
That's a big out there for the Knightettes. They could not afford to give up another run.
So this will bring in the third baseman, Fisher. On deck is Gallo. Do not want to get to the top of the lineup for Fox, as they are dangerous up the top of the lineup. So the score is 5-4, 2 away, runner on third. Try to strand that runner and hope to keep the 1-run lead. And then first pitch going to be a ball. So 1 ball, no strikes.
We couldn't see it from here, Dennis. I believe I heard a bounce there. We couldn't see it though.
Pitch is going to hit the outside corner. 1-1.
See if Nash can record her 4th strikeout of the game here. None would be bigger than this one if the runner on third.
So 5-4 is the score. Here's a pitch, a fly ball right side. See if they have room, and they won't have room, so it's going to make it 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away. Here in the top of the 8th inning, extra innings here at sectional play as Fox beat Oakville. Farmington beat Seckman earlier in the week. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
As we said, a very winnable game for the Knightettes. Both teams very evenly matched.
Pitch is going to miss up, make even the count at 2 apiece.
I gotta say, win or lose here, Nash is, I'm a fan of her, as if I wasn't before. I'm a bigger fan now after she has toughed it out here for the last really 5 or 6 innings here with that shoulder.
2 pitches, ground ball. Tucker with a chance to end the inning here. Throwing the first, they'll make the play. So we'll head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Once again, last chance for romance for Farmington. Fox brings home a run as back-to-back doubles by Ellison Preston. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. Farmington down by 1.
We're always looking for better ways to do things, but with some banks, better for them isn't always better for you.
You've reached Megabank. Press 1 to hear your current balance. Press 2 to hear these options again.
Introducing free Kasasa checking. When you do stuff for us, like swipe your debit card or get e-statements, we make it even better for you with cash back and refunds on ATM fees. Kasasa, carried locally at Belgrade State Bank. Do you, Kasasa?
When you want to mix it up right, you need the tastiest choices around. And McDonald's Dollar Menu and more has always got your back. Feeling like a classic? Try the one and only McChicken, still just $1. Or you can always turn it up with the great tasting McDouble. Plus other delicious hits, all for a price you can't beat. Whatever your flavor, the Dollar Menu and more is just what you need to keep you moving. There's something for everyone to love at McDonald's.
And welcome back. Bottom of the 8th inning now. Farmington Knightettes down 5-4. The first sectional game in school history for the softball team. Looking to do what they did in the bottom of the 7th, which is tie it or take the lead here with Brittany Link up to the bat. First batter then we'll have Brittany Link, Allison Tucker, and Hallie Tucker.
So here we go. Slavic on the mound. She gave up a home run in the last inning. We might see it again. First pitch, Slavic, Link, here comes. It's going to miss down low and inside for a ball.
As I said, Link, I don't believe has a home run on the year, but very capable. As Payne capable, hasn't hit one until now, and so, she does.
Yeah, Link hit a grand slam against Cape Central in a couple nights ago in a line drive center field, and this will be right at the center fielder, 1 away here in the 8th inning.
That's at the 3rd ball. They've hit really hard out to center field, but they've hit it right to the center fielder. She has not hardly had to move.
Number 7,
and she has
Allison Tucker.
Been standing in just the right spot for all of those shots. They could have moved those, either one of those, she could have moved that hit about 10 feet to the left or right, they would have got down, as that was a hard shot.
So it's bringing Allison Tucker. She is homered earlier in the year in conference play, and swinging a foul back. Good cut there by Tucker, 0-1.
And hers was a big home run against Central to give the Knightettes the lead, I believe, in that game. So very capable. I don't know if we'll see that here. Knightettes really need base runners at the least. So, and that ball is inside, low and inside for ball 1. Count goes to 1-1. The Knightettes dugout up, a lot of energy, trying to encourage Tucker at the plate.
So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away, nobody on. Down by 1, first pitch, or next pitch, gonna be a fly ball to center fielder, and she doesn't even run it out to first base. That just shows how much enthusiasm Farmington has here. 2 away, last chance for Farmington, Hallie Tucker. And if anybody gets on, it'd be Breeze. Elimination here for Farmington, possibly, if they can't score a run. Slavic, pitch to Tucker. Swinging a foul back. It's going to go out of play. Make it 0-1. No balls and a strike. Slavic trying to close it out here for Fox and move on to state quarterfinals and then possibly the Final Four later on in the season. Here's the 0-1 swing up, line drive, center field. The center fielder there, and she'll make the play, and they'll head to the state quarterfinals.
That was 3 straight flyouts there in that inning. 3 balls hit right to the center fielder. Brittany Link's really the only one with a chance there. She really killed it, but she hit it right to her. And here come the Knightettes out. Here come the Knightettes out. As you can see, Kayla Nash dragging her shoulder there, going to have to give high fives with her opposite hand. And a lot of respect there from Fox as the catcher. A lot of the players there taking some extra time to give Nash some encouragement as she pitched well, hit a home run. If you're going to go out your senior year, go out making school history, leading the entire St. Louis area in home runs, in complete games, being in the top 10 in plenty of other categories. She will play again next year as we see the catcher and a lot of the other players here hugging Nash. A lot of respect there as they know that this game wouldn't have been nearly as close if it wasn't for her on the mound.
Yeah, that's for sure. Farmington ends at 5-4, and the Lions score 8 hits for Farmington. Fox had 4 errors, and Farmington left 6 on base, and for Fox, they scored 5 runs, 8 hits. Farmington had 3 errors and 7 left on base. So obviously the errors played a major part in this game. If Farmington would have allowed less errors, there was probably a lot better chance that Farmington would have took this victory.
Well, and as we said, Kayla Nash, Atlanta Warrenburg, seniors on this team. We'll be very sure Kayla Nash signed with CMU just a couple of days ago. So she will play again next season. This is not her last game as a softball player. As still a gutsy performance here. Can't say enough about the Knightettes. As I said in previous years, after that first inning, the game would have been over, but they were able to hold it together and really take this game to 8 innings. As you said, the errors really hurt them, but the Knightettes left a lot of runners on base in scoring position throughout this game. Kayla Nash with a big home run, and Allison Pingle with as clutch of a hit as you'll see, with her only home run of the season in the bottom of the 7th inning to send the game into extra innings. And the Knightettes, as we said, the basketball team last year with a couple of disappointing losses once they got to the Final Four, but school history nonetheless, and a big deal for Farmington. And this right here, although it may not get as many headlines in the papers being as it's softball and it's not something like football or basketball, a big deal for the school. Anytime you make school history in anything, you've really done something. And so as I said, I'm a huge fan of Kayla Nash. She gutted it out here today, Dennis.
Yeah, for sure. There's no doubt. Even though she did have a few mistakes, she did walk 3 batters, walked a runner in, but overall her season has been probably something she can look back on 50 years from now and say, I was one heck of a ball player. I made school history, and that's all that matters.
And I imagine records-wise and really just top to bottom, she will go down as one of, if not the best players in Farmington softball history. If you look at her start to finish, she's been a huge part of this team since she came into high school early on. She's been a part of this team for, I guess, 3 years now. She's played on varsity at least. And so she will be missed next year, but the Knightettes returning every other player that they play other than Kayla Nash. And so what will more than likely happen, I assume, is that Hannah Height will now be the starting pitcher, the normal pitcher next year. Allison Pingle will move into the field to play first base, and the Knightettes will reload and retool. If you're going to lose someone, Nash is a big one to lose, but to only lose one player on a team that makes it to sectionals, the Knightettes are going to have a good shot at making it back here to this game next year.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
So this is Marcus Archer along with Dennis Pogue here at Fox High School here in Arnold, Missouri, bringing you the sectional game here on Night Vision Sports. Final game of the season. The Knightettes go down, unfortunately, to Fox, losing 5-4 in extra innings after a late inning, bottom of the 7th home run by Allison Pingle to tie it up. Knightettes a great season, making school history, first time to win districts, first time to make it to sectionals, and we'll hope for another good year next year. Here with Dallin Rector on the camera. This is our last broadcast of the year here, Dennis, and so we will see you next time on Night Vision Sports.
There's a magical land between the latitudes of 30 degrees north and 30 degrees south, where the amazing Arabica beans grow. The mountainous regions between the Tropic of Capricorn and Tropic of Cancer, where rich soil means rich coffee, where lush tropical climate means smooth aromatic flavor, and where passionate farmers means flavor we can all be passionate about. When Mother Nature meets the human touch, we're able to bring great tasting coffee to the exact longitude and latitude of you.
America loves a fish fry. And in the Corktown part of Detroit, there's a place called Nancy Whiskey's that's famous for one. Nothing fancy, just a tasty good time. But you don't have to go to Nancy's for fish that taste that special. Just come on over to Long John Silver's. Rediscover the taste you love. Long John Silver's, we're America's fish fry.
With everything always improving, why is our banking falling behind? With monthly service fees and ATMs that take your money right back. Introducing Kasasa. Free hard-working accounts. You'll earn when you bank and earn when you swipe. And get those ATM fees back in your pocket. Free checking with rewards. Carried locally at Belgrade State Bank. Do you, Kasasa?